Hey guys, it's Alex, and today I'm going to be doing a college decision reveal for you guys. So I applied to 7 different schools, and I am going to be going through each one and talking about why I chose to not go to that school, and then it's going to lead up to the school that I did decide to go to. The 7 schools that I applied to were the University of Northern Florida, the University of Alabama, University of Miami, Rollins, Florida State University, University of Georgia, and the University of Florida. So those are all the schools that I applied to. Starting off with, I'm just going to start with Alabama because that was probably the one that I was least likely going to go to. The only reason I really applied to Alabama was because I got an email saying they were doing a week of free applications, so there was no application fee, so I was like, sure. Why not? That day during lunch, filled out the application. It literally asked me nothing about my extracurriculars. I just had to type in like basic information like my name, address, all that stuff. And I was really confused. Like I submitted it and I was like, that's it? Like it was just one page of really short stuff. So that was kind of nice that there was no application fee or anything. Yeah, I never really saw myself going to Alabama. Not to say that it's not a good school, it's just that it's kind of far from where I want it to be. I said like throughout my whole application process, everything, that I want to stay in state. That was another reason why I didn't want to go to Alabama. And also Alabama did offer me a scholarship. The amount that they gave me for the scholarship, like with the out-of-state tuition, it wasn't the same amount of money I was getting compared to like going to another school. So that's why I decided not to go to Alabama. So next I'm going to be talking about Rollins. Growing up, I thought, oh my gosh, this is where I want to go to college, because I went there like for summer camps when I was younger, and that was the only college I'd ever really been exposed to and like been on the campus of. So I was really familiar with the campus through that summer camp, and it's a beautiful campus. It's on the lake, and I also had a cousin that went there, so that just like made me love it even more. But then as I like grew up in high school, I started to realize that it's a little bit too close to home for me, and I wanted something not too far away but also not too close either. And also Rollins is a private school. They also did give me a scholarship like Alabama did, but like I said before, it wasn't the same amount that I would be getting if I had taken other opportunities from other schools, which I will get into a little bit later. So that is why I chose not to go to Rollins. So next I'm going to be talking about the University of North Florida. And University of North Florida I considered at one point because their swim team is Division II, and I am not fast enough to swim Division 1, but I looked at the Division 2 time with like their team, and I had talked to my coach about it, and he said that it would definitely be reasonable for me to swim for them, and I did consider doing that at one point. But then I ultimately decided that I would rather swim club than swim on the main team of a school, because swimming is a huge time commitment. Deciding that I wanted to do club swimming kind of not ruled out UNF, but definitely like that was one of the main reasons I was considering it. I did tour it though. It was a nice campus. I actually saw otters while I was there in their little pond area, which is pretty cool because I'd never seen otters before, but I just didn't really see myself going there. Also, UNF does not have a football team. Same with Rollins, they don't either. And while that's not like my main priority, I for a while have like kind of wanted like that college experience, like football games and just like kind of like a big school kind of feel. I currently go to a small private high school, and I kind of want a little bit of a change from that, and that's part of the reason why I didn't want to go to Rollins either. That's why I didn't go to UNF. I'll do UGA. UGA actually waitlisted me. I mean, I wasn't planning on going there anyways. UGA informed me that if I did want to stay on their waiting list, that they would notify me by July at the latest. And first of all, I'm not about to wait that long, but also just because like I was talking about with Alabama before, how I didn't really want to go out of state. It is a beautiful, beautiful campus. I haven't personally been, but I've just seen pictures and videos and everything, and it looks gorgeous. And I did like consider it at one time, but then the fact that I got waitlisted, I was like, well, guess we don't have to worry about that anymore. If you guys don't know, Florida actually does this thing called Bright Futures, where if you get a high enough like ACT or SAT score and then have a high enough GPA, and then I think you also have to have a certain amount of community service hours. I don't know the exact numbers for it, but I just know that I met the requirement for it. Any public school that you attend in Florida, they will pay your tuition in full if you're at like the certain level of Bright Futures, which I was at. So that was another reason. Just I was like, well, if I go out of state, then I'm not gonna get that at all. That's why I didn't go to UGA. Now we're down to 3 schools. We have Miami, University of Florida, and Florida State. All right, let's do University of Florida. So for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, in several videos, I don't know if it's several, but in like a few videos, I know I mentioned it in my ACT vlog, which I feel like I reference that video so often, but it was really funny. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Because I was going to take my ACT, I was like, hopefully I get a high enough score to get into UF.
I'm wearing my Florida shirt because that is where I want to go to school.
And I was talking about how I wanted to go to UF, and that was my top school throughout this whole thing. I was like, that's where I'm gonna go, and that's what it's gonna be for me. And I was just set on that. Leading up, that whole week leading up to decision day, I was so stressed out. It was like a miserable week. Decision day comes and I was rejected. It was really heartbreaking to see that, but at the same time I just knew that that wasn't what was meant for me. And leading up to that decision day, that whole week, I just kept praying that I only wanted to be accepted if that was God's plan for me, because I knew that if I did get accepted, that's where I was going to go, and it wasn't. So that's perfectly fine, and it's an amazing school, but that's not where I'm going, and I'm perfectly fine with that. University of Miami, they told me that their decision date was April 1st, and then they just decided to release it March 26th, I want to say. Yeah, March 26th, they just decided to release it. So then I checked it, and I was waitlisted at Miami, which I wasn't honestly sad about at all, because Miami, while it is an amazing school, it is very expensive. And the Bright Futures thing that I was talking about before, where they will pay your tuition in full, is only for public universities. They do pay part of your tuition for private schools, but just, I don't know, I never toured there, but I got waitlisted. So, and then the same thing, it's like, we'll let you know by late June or something, and I was like, no, we're just not gonna do that. I am attending Florida State University. I'm going to be a Seminole in the fall of this year. I could not be more excited. I picked it, 1, because it's in state, 2, because it likes that big school feel that I wanted, football games and everything like that. Something that did concern me about Florida State is that it is known to be a very big party school, and I'm just not that kind of person. And if that's your thing, that's totally fine. It's just not for me. So I was really worried about that. I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like find friends if like everyone's going to parties, and that's just not what I want to do. As I have been reaching out on like the Facebook and Instagram pages through social media and everything, which if you're going to college this fall and you haven't done that already, I would really recommend finding your school's Facebook or Instagram page and just communicating with people through that. Just through reaching out with people on that, I've like found people that are more similar to me in my values and all of that. Go Noles! Also, I know that Florida State has a very good psychology program, and that's what I'm going to be majoring in. The campus is absolutely beautiful. I toured in February of 2020. I just love the campus when I went there, and I'm not just saying this because I didn't get in. Florida State's campus is so much more beautiful. I'm sorry if you go to UF, but like, Florida State's campus is gorgeous. I went there about a week ago to just look around again, and the landscaping, like the flowers for spring, oh my gosh. And I just love the brick that they have on all the buildings, and the whole campus just looks so cohesive. Something else about Tallahassee is that it doesn't feel like the rest of Florida. Like there's lots of like hills, it's not like flat. And it also gets a little bit cooler there. They like say that they actually like have seasons there. The leaves change colors, which I'm not used to. I did still want to stay in Florida. Another reason for that was because I love warm weather, cannot do cold weather. Being in Tallahassee is like a good balance. Like I still get to have seasons, but it's not gonna get too cold. My parents decorated my bedroom to surprise me after I decided I was going to commit to Florida State, so that was really fun. I have the little banner right here with the Knoll on it, so that's where I'm going to school. I am so excited. I know I've said this, but I'm really excited to make college content for you guys. I have been binge watching dorm room tours and what to bring to college, how to find a good roommate, all this stuff, all those college vlogs and everything, and I cannot wait to make that for you guys. If you have any ideas for videos you want me to do while I'm in college or leading up to college, drop it below. below in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Follow me on Instagram at AlexBoynton_, and I will see you guys in my next video. Go Knowles! Bye!